What is happening, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm doing a video that has been asked a few times of me. We're going to be doing a room tour, guys, so yeah, let's just fucking get into my little man cave slash study slash just room that I shovel my shit in. So to start off, guys, if you walk in, we have pretty much my desk. So there's a lot of fucking shit here. This is where I sit. I just got this chair from Officeworks. It's like the bomb diggity. It was like $100 or something. So this is where I spend most of my time. So here we've got my laptop, which is stickable to fuck. Pepsi Max. If Pepsi Max want to sponsor me ever, go right ahead. I drink so much of your shit, it's not even funny. So this is the bad boy that I do most of my editing and everything on. Obviously we've got a monitor there, but that actually isn't plugged into anything. Funnily enough, I bought those with the plan. I've got another one that I use as a TV now as well, but I bought them as a plan to build a PC and have a dual monitor setup, but unfortunately I ran out of money. But I bought the monitors, so I've got monitors sitting here. So either side of those we've got some cool little things like a Halo 10. We've got my 3DS there for handy gaming, some collector's editions. We've got Watch Dogs 1 and 2, an Iron Man, the Captain America, and these little guys here, a few little Pokemon. These actually were like an EB Games exclusive when you got, is it Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire when you pre-ordered. So they're cool little figures, like they're only like this big, but so not too that great. And then just above that we have this awesome sketch drawing of Venom that my girlfriend did for me for one of my birthdays, so I love that. To the right, guys, we have a random BB-8 pop, which I will go, you guys might know what that's for. I'm not sure if I've released that video yet. So we have pretty much my kind of like setup. So we've got my microphone here, which is just a blue Snowball, really fucking old. I need to upgrade it. I'm looking at upgrading it. So this is usually where my camera sits when I record my videos. And the view that you guys get. I don't use this microphone for most of my videos. I only use it if I'm recording any kind of gameplay or something like that. But behind there we have the Dishonored 2 Collector's Edition. We've got a Suicide Squad cup. This little fucking trophy here. This is the first trophy I ever got for football. And look who the team that I was in. I don't know if you guys can fucking see it. Arsenal. Fucking Arsenal. And then we've got a Nuka-Cola poster. We actually have a Nuka-Cola fridge in the back there. That works. I've done a review on it on my channel before, guys. But at the moment it's not plugged in just because I just have no use for it. And then here we have my Logitech webcam that I use for most of my gameplay. He's just on a little Joby Gorilla Pod attached to a fucking War Machine statue because I needed a way to prop him up and I ran out of tripods. Because one of my tripods broke, so he sits on that now, so it's kind of cool. And then this is a massive TV, and I mean massive. I originally wasn't going to use this. This is what I use for some of my gaming. You got my PlayStation 4 down there, so I use this for some gaming, guys. I do most of my gaming outside on my projector, but I do come in here sometimes to if you guys have seen the Crash Bandicoot Let's Plays and stuff, anything to do with PlayStation, I do on this TV, because I've got my PS4 set up in here. We've got a few little pops there. We've got Tracer and Lucio and the two Spartans fighting each other. We've got a cool little Star-Lord and Milano Dorbs, and then my main Slash. I'm a big fucking Slash fan. What a mad pop, that looks sick. And then obviously controllers and all that kind of stuff. These are also things that I've just recently unboxed. If you guys haven't seen my Batman animated series unboxing, so the reason they're just sitting there is because I put them up for display, but I haven't figured out where I'm going to put the boxes yet, but we will get there eventually. And behind that I have this big Gears of War poster. I have another slot for another poster which I haven't decided what to get yet. I'm thinking about getting an Overwatch poster there, I'm not sure. And then we have this really cool Last of Us poster, and then these awesome two little Bioshock ones which are going to the corner here. We've got Bioshock Infinite and just the normal Bioshock. I'm a big Bioshock fan, but I haven't found like a cool massive poster to do a Bioshock, so I just got the small little ones there. And then in this corner is kind of just like miscellaneous stuff. So I've got here, this is, if you're a big football fan, you'll be impressed by this. This is the 2003-04, I think it was, invincible season for Arsenal. So it's the season that they went without losing a game, and they obviously won the title. It is a completely team signed jersey, framed, ready to hang. Unfortunately, I bought this when I had a lot of money, and because I rent, I can't actually hang the frame because it needs to be like bolted into wall. So I can't do that when you're renting. So at the moment it just sits on the floor, which is such a shame because it's such a beautiful piece. Next to that we've got this big box of just random fucking pop vinyls that really need to go. And then in the corner we have like all these random things, a bunch of like canvases and stuff with really cool things on them. I think that one's like a Venom versus Bane in an arm wrestle and stuff. Just stuff that when I had a bigger place I had room for, but I don't really have room for anymore, so we just sits in that corner. I think there's a lightsaber, there's a blade sword, just random stuff that I have no room for. And so that is pretty much my setup, guys. We've got the two little lights there just because, as you guys can see, we've got this little window here, but it actually just goes out to like the courtyard, I guess. No, not the courtyard, but like the hallway in my apartment block. So you don't actually get any light in it, and there's no other windows, so I have no natural lighting. So we've got these two lights here so that I can get a bit of lighting, and we've got obviously the light on with the fan up there. But these two things, anyone that's starting out on YouTube, I recommend grabbing them. I got them, the two of them, including postage, for $40 online, 40 Australian, so pretty cheap. And they work wonders if you are like me and don't have natural light. If you can just sit near a window, I recommend sitting near a window. I miss having natural light. I had it at my old place, but if you don't have any natural light, these are definitely the best things to go with. And as you enter the door, there's this little kind of nook here, so you guys can probably see this in the back of my videos. We have these three little paintings that my girlfriend did of Batman, Harley, and Joker. I love these little things. They're like my favorite thing that she does. I wanted to do like all the characters eventually and to have like a big wall of them, all the Batman characters that is. So then over here is pretty much just a random kind of bookshelf that I made up with a bunch of stuff in it. It's kind of become a DC shelf at the top here. So we have some of the Batman animated series that I unboxed the other day. We have the Injustice God Among Us statue. We have this awesome Two-Face 1 in 2 scale bust. Some more animated series, and then we have the Arkham Origins, I believe it is, collector's edition, with the Joker hanging off. This thing's actually weighted, so the Joker's actually hanging off the edge, which is really cool. And then this is just like a kind of comic book bookcase that I made. I had this old bookcase sitting here, and it's a bunch of old comics, so I just like kind of glued all the comics into the bookcase. And this is pretty much the majority of my games, guys. I don't have a huge collection anymore. I used to have a massive collection of games. Unfortunately, I had to sell a lot of them. But you got all your PlayStation 4 titles all up there with some steelbooks. Then we've got Xbox 360, pretty much goes till there. Xbox One, not Xbox 360. A couple of 360 games. Star Wars Force Awakens, awesome game. And Left 4 Dead, which is awesome. A lot of fun. And also the Bioshock Collector's Edition. And then we've got some random Wii games and some Sims 4 that my girlfriend has. Some stupid fucking Suicide Squad pop vinyls and some DS games. Then down here, this is like my book section. The only author I really read is Brandon Sanderson. If you guys are big kind of fantasy fans, I recommend Brandon Sanderson. He's awesome. We've got a Gears of War controller there. Catching Fire and Hunger Games books. The only series that I've fully read through and hated, but love the movies. I didn't hate it, I just hate how they're written. And then of course we've got some Game of Thrones. And then this is just a miscellaneous shelf with just a bunch of fucking shit on it. So then we've got this awesome mirror for my cupboard. As we go around to this side, we have this really cool Joker Harley painting that my girlfriend did. Super fucking stoked with it. It's actually unfinished. She refuses to finish it because she hates it. So if you guys can leave a comment down below saying how good this thing actually looks so she can finish it for me. She refuses to because she thinks it looks horrible, but I absolutely fucking love it. So it gets pride of place where I have room to hang it, which is in this little corner here next to my cupboard. Now I want to show you something random in here that you guys probably may or may not know about me, but I am a massive football jersey collector. So I have heaps and heaps of jerseys. This is actually cut down to what I used to have. If I move this fucking thing out of the way, I used to have a buttload more than this, but obviously I've cut back. Obviously there's more jerseys kind of out and about that I haven't either I've worn or stuff like that, but we've got like a lot of Arsenal jerseys, obviously home jerseys and stuff throughout the season. This is my favorite jersey, the Highbury jersey. If you guys know anything about Arsenal, bunch of away kits and stuff. And then just some really random jerseys, a Marseille jersey, some Madrid, you know, some international ones. We've got some Australian ones there. This is one of my favorite jerseys, actually. This is the Van Persie World Cup 2014, I think it was. The away jersey that Holland wore. Probably one of my favorite design jerseys, and I love Van Persie, so I had to grab that one. So a heap of football jerseys, probably too many to count, and then I've got some basketball jerseys, an old school Bulls Pippen jersey, some other just random shit, a fucking Green Bay Packers jersey, and then just, yeah, a heap of other stuff, and then obviously all my other t-shirts and stuff. This is like nowhere near usually what my shirts are. I usually have a lot more shirts than this. What is that doing in there? Oh, it's a Transformers thing. But I haven't hung them all yet because they're kind of just floating about and in a mess. Now to the piece de la resistance, which is my collectible shelf featuring Kitty. Vegeta. Vegeta! No. What are you doing? What are you doing? So he always loves chilling in here, especially when it's like, I actually did a weird bit of a cleanup for you guys. We've got this cool Full Metal Alchemist mat here, but I kind of like, I need to vacuum, but I kind of cleaned it up as best I can, so he loves when it's like as clean as possible. How cool is this? He's got like a little, Vegeta, come here. He's got like a little Dragon Ball, just chilling. You want to say hi? No. So we'll start on the top here, guys. We have a Bioshock Infinite Collector's Edition, the Songbird, which looks awesome. We've got the Bioshock 1 Collector's Edition behind there. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but we've got a Skyhawk replica. We've then got the Recall Collector's Edition. That thing is fucking huge. A random little turret from Portal. We have the Halo 5 Collector's Edition. Behind that, I don't know how well you guys can see it, we have a Gears of War Blue Lancer. We've also got like a bunch of Gears of War pops along here, and the two Gears of War Collector's Editions, the Gears of War 4 Collector's Edition and the Gears of War 3 Marcus Phoenix Collector's Edition. Then as we go down, this is probably one of my favorite shells. We have the Uncharted 4, just a random Lara Croft, and the Aloy Horizon Zero Dawn. Why did I forget that? Horizon Zero Dawn Collector's Edition, guys. We've also got a little Nathan Drake here and a little Lara Croft on this shelf. Then this is probably my favorite collectible that I own. This is a custom 1/6 scale Deadpool. So only one of these ever actually made. I bought it off a guy that used to cast his own resin and stuff like that. So probably my favorite collectible that I own. Unfortunately, his little katanas on the back have fallen off, which I just have to glue back on. I just haven't gotten around to it. But he is like awesome. He's like chunky. And I really just like he's got Captain America's shield and Thor's little hammer down here because he's destroyed them. But I just love with this thing that like I'm one of the only people that has this as far as I'm aware. He only made one of them. So it's like a one-of-a-kind Deadpool collectible, and it's really sick. Probably my favorite thing that I own. Behind there we have a Doctor Strange, I think the Diamond Select 1/6 scale PVC diorama. We have a little mini fucking Groot in a pot, which I don't know, someone just got that for me. As we move along, we have the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy Collector's Edition. And we've got a little Deathclaw and a, I just mentally blanked on what these guys are called, but you know what they are. I have no idea. I've just mental blanked on my Fallout 4 knowledge. And then moving along, we have one of my favorite impulse buys, which is this Kid Robot Awesome-O figure. So obviously he's got a helmet that you can put down as well, but I like to have him up because Cartman's all like sweaty and disgusting, and he's even got his little toothpaste that he eats in the episode. We have a Fantastic Beasts one. I don't know, I got that with a pre-order for the DVD. Little Sackboy there as well, just because I don't know where to put him. And then moving along, we have the Doom Collector's Edition in the backhand corner there, which is awesome. Actually, the has a light up base and turns around. We have the Isaac Clarke laser pistol from Dead Space 3, I think that is, or Dead Space 2 Collector's Edition, I'm not 100% sure. And then we have the Mortal Kombat X Scorpion statue, which is an awesome statue. I'm always really scared when I move and stuff that I'm going to break this, because he's standing on like this one little pivot point, which is like really fucking scary, but awesome little statue there. As we move down in the collection, this is kind of like just a random kind of shelf. We've got an Old Man Logan PVC Diamond Select along with the Spider-Man Diamond Select there. We've also got this little custom Xbox One controller, which I used to use, but I display more now. So it's custom airbrush with Venom. Got Kill the Spider there. And then on the back it's got Venom's symbol and it's like got all these cracks and stuff like that. This is actually made by a guy that goes by the name of Deppy Art. I'll see if I can link him. I don't think he does. He's actually doing tattoos now. He's from Ireland. But he does do custom airbrush stuff on request. So if you are looking for a custom airbrushed Xbox controller, I definitely recommend going through him. The only reason I don't use them is because when you're holding it on the controller side, the back of it, obviously because it is paint, he does clear coat it so it's protected, but it does start to rub off if you use it too much. So I had an Xbox 360 Vegeta custom airbrush controller from him, which I decided to use for the whole time, and the back of it actually turned back into like the white Xbox 360 controller, so I stopped using that, and I learned my lesson with this one. But then we've just got a few of my Marvel Pops that I decided to keep. We got obviously Black Suit Spider-Man with the symbiote, we got Venom, Carnage, and Anti-Venom. I need to get the blue Capcom Venom to add to that because it's fucking awesome, but he will get there eventually. And then we have this just random Star Wars shelf, guys. Again, just some of the Pops that I decided to keep in my Star Wars thing. The Old Republic Collector's Edition Darth Malgus in the back there. Just a random box for Darth Maul. And then we have Luke and Obi-Wan with Kylo, Darth Vader, and Darth Maul sitting there. These are just, the next few shelves are just kind of random pop and collectible shelves that I've kind of started to put together. I'm really liking how they're looking at the moment. So the next one we have is a Dragon Ball Z shelf. So we have the Master Stars piece, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. These are all actually counterfeit or fakes, I guess you'd call them. I think the quality, bar this, I don't really like how this Trunks is painted, but the quality of them are pretty good for what you pay for them. And then obviously we've got King Vegeta in the middle there. He's a bit out of scale, but I still love that collectible there. And then we've got some Pops. We've got Super Saiyan Goku, Metallic Beerus. We have a custom Super Saiyan Gohan that I made out of a Piccolo and a Goku. I just kind of did a head swap and an arm swap, and it turned out pretty cool. I like him. Next to Cell there, we've got Piccolo and Majin Buu at the back. And then we've got another Dragon Ball Z shelf here, which has Trunks and Frieza, Metallic Vegeta, and Goku Black. We've got Goku and Bulma with Golden Frieza and Super Saiyan Goku with Shenron looking over them in the back. And then we've got some more Master Stars, Vegeta and Gohan. These are the like cartooned version ones. Again, these are just like fake ones because the real ones are so expensive, but I think they're pretty good for the price. I think I paid 20 bucks for this guy, including shipping. I mean, he looks awesome. The paint job looks sick. There's no real flaws on him. He's a solid figure. So I mean, for 20 bucks, guys, definitely worth a look. And then we've got one of my smallest shelves, or one of my favorite shelves, which is the Rick and Morty shelf. So I have most of the Rick and Morty Pops. There's some that I'm missing at the moment, but we've got like Weaponized Rick, Bird Person, Evil Morty. We've got Mississippi Butthole with his gunshot wounds. I've got Rick kind of pointing to him. I know he doesn't shoot him, but we got Squanchy. We got Mr. Meeseeks Chase and Mr. Meeseeks with the Meeseeks box. The ECC exclusive Buff Rick and Summer. We got Doofus Rick up the back. Snowball, and just a normal Rick with portal gun. And then as we move down, guys, we have my Batman Daubs collection, which is still incomplete, but we've got the 3-pack San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Daubs. We've got the Legion of Collectors Daubs on the back there as well, and these are just the Batman Daubs. I still haven't got Batman, actually, funnily enough, but I think it's Poison Ivy and Joker I'm missing out of this set, and then they'll be complete. So Batman, Poison Ivy, and Joker. And I'll have the full Batman Daubs. The only Daubs that I collect are the Batman ones because I think they look really cool and I'm a big Batman fan. So then as we move over, this is just a random Alien and Predator shelf. We've got some Alien and Predator random Kid Robot statues, and then we've got the Alien Queen Funko Pop with the Xenomorph and Ripley. Now this is one of my favorite shelves. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me upload this before. This has these little LED lights that turn on and kind of make it really cool, but this is my Bioshock shelf. So I've got Elizabeth, Booker, and little sister there with the Big Daddy and Songbird Funko Pops, and up the back we've got some, should I turn the lights on? We've got some NECA figures. We've got Delta, we've got Big Daddy, and we've got big sister, and then the Bioshock 2 Collector's Edition in the background. Looks really cool. And then we've got some little Eve Hyper here, which these actually become really expensive when you find them, if you do find them, even all the NECA stuff as well. I got them really cheap from a guy for like 40 bucks for all of them. You can sell like one of those now for like $200, so some pretty big money in those. And then moving over, we have a Resident Evil shelf. So obviously we've got Valentine, Leon, Licker, Nemesis, Hunter, and Tyrant. These are really cool. I love these pops. I love how cool Nemesis looks. I love how cool Hunter looks. Really good line that Funko did with these. They did them really well, so they deserve their whole shelf. And then next to them we have the Tekken set. So obviously I have kept quite a few pop vinyls, guys. We've got Kazuya. We've got Kazuya there. Jin, Devil Jin. We've got King up the back there. Nina and Hayache. And now these next ones are pretty much my girlfriend's. So she has her Sesame Street ones. So we got Oscar the Grouch and stuff at the back there as well. But she got most of the Sesame Street ones. Most of them are flocked as well. And then she also has a few Disney. So we've got, she's a big fan of Finding Nemo. So we've got all the Nemo and Finding Dory ones. We've got Heimlich because he's fucking adorable. A little Winnie the Pooh there. And then she's also got Orphan Black Pops, which she refuses to take out of the box, boxed up at the back there. So as we go across, this is her Nickelodeon shelf. So obviously we've got Reptar, Tommy, Chucky, and Chase Reptar, along with Cat Dog and Crumb, which is actually my little addition to her Nickelodeon shelf. Crumb was like my favorite character when it came up to Nicktoons. As we move across, we have my Avengers set. So this is the Kotobukiya Artifacts. I think they're 1 in 6 scale. Yeah, 1 in 6 scale figures, so really cool collection. I did used to have the DC ones of these as well, but I got rid of them. And then we've got the original Avengers pop vinyls to go with them. And then last but not least, we have my girlfriend's Scooby Doo collection. So she's got all the Scooby Doo pops up the back there. Got Creeper, Scooby Doo, and a little Mystery Machine Dorbs ride. And that, my friends, is my room. That's pretty much it. You've seen it all. It's pretty fucking cool. I enjoy chilling out in here. I enjoy making videos in here for you guys. And I enjoy kind of like adding things to my collection and seeing where I can put things and making things look cool. But let me know down in the comments, guys, if you enjoy these kind of videos. I might do like an apartment tour or something like that if you guys really like them. You can check out like my projector and where I do most of my gaming and stuff like that. But let me know down in the comments, guys, if you like these kind of videos, and I'll be sure to do more of them. As always, if you're new here to Greed, make sure to subscribe, and I shall catch you guys next time.